The Bitcoin price is currently in a correction, but we are probably still in a larger uptrend. And if you watch previous videos, then you know my perspective that we should be really close to a major top in the crypto sector. So that makes me think, is the current correction maybe the last opportunity to get positioned in this cycle? We'll take a look at that. Let's go. So yeah, hello, welcome to another MCO update. My name is Ben, and today I want to take a look at the Bitcoin chart with you on the daily chart. Also, we'll take a quick look at the weekly charts as a reminder where we are in the larger cycle, and I want to share with you some details about the current structure and talk a little bit about some of my thoughts around potentially that this could be the last chance to get positioned in this cycle. Let's take a look at the charts. This here is the daily time frame for Bitcoin. But actually, before we dive into the daily chart, just want to remind you of where we are on the larger time frame, especially the weekly chart. And I've got the long-term logarithmic chart here. If you're one of our members, silver or gold member, you can find the links in the description. Then you can access these charts, these live charts. You get the TradingView live chart links, and you can access them and study them in your own time. See all the history. We've got more than 100 charts available for different altcoins as well, just for info, because some of you have asked me, can I share my live charts? These are part of the membership. Thousands of members do have access to them already. So check it out if you're interested. But what I actually want to talk about here is we are likely in the late stages of this rally. I'm talking about the rally from the 2022 low. It is a 5-wave move up, which, I mean, can it extend further? Yeah, it can extend further. But honestly, I can label this wave 1, I can label this wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and we could now be in the 5th wave. Now, people who say that, well, I can't imagine it's going to top, that's often what it feels like close to a top. Now, I have to say, we have not yet seen, and we saw that in previous cycles, yeah? We have not yet seen the euphoric phase. Sometimes there is euphoria at the end. Hasn't happened. Not yet, okay? You get the people who talk about banana zone, you get the people who say like 250K, 300K, and I see that as well, but not necessarily in this direct move to the upside. It can happen. Further upside extensions can happen. I'm not going to confirm a top until we actually break critical support levels. But the idea is that we are likely working our way higher in wave 5 of 5 of 5. So close to the end of a major top. I discussed in one of the previous videos really in detail the long-term chart. I'm not going to do that. You can check them out on our channel. There are some long-term overviews in detail. What I actually wanted to highlight here is that this 5th wave can, however, extend. And because the move to the upside from the August 2024 low is seen as a so-called ending diagonal pattern, this 5th wave could unfold as an ABC structure. That's currently the thesis I'm following, ABC. So there's a B wave here, that's wave B of 5, and this could be like the last entry point. I'm not saying it is, because there can always be opportunities. If the market doesn't break support and we continue to climb, you know, even better, even better, you know, then, you know, that's fine, you know. But if you see it as a last entry point, it might cause you to act. It might motivate you to act. Now, I can't tell you to buy. I'm not going to do that, because this really depends on your risk profile and your portfolio composition. I mentioned it, I think, in one of the last updates on this channel. Like, if someone already bought in the bear market, has a nice average cost, there's not really any need for that person to add much now. Maybe from a swing trading point of view, yeah, but swing traders don't really care where we are anyway, right? For a short-term swing trader or intraday trader, you just move the range. So maybe it is now the time to focus more on short-term trading. If that's not for you, if that's not within your, you know, within your trading plan, that's fine. You know, maybe then you keep it small, you keep the risk low, you have more cash, and you're waiting for the next larger pullback, the next larger degree entry point, which, as I discussed in previous videos, could be this A wave, which would be part of a larger bear market. Because then afterwards there should be a decent bounce, for example, in this B wave. before we go down further. So A, B, C. Definitely possible. And that A wave, I would say, would be a really, really good entry point. Now, we don't need to wait that long. There might be an opportunity along the way. And we're currently at around 104K while I record this video. I'm not going to talk about the microstructures. Feel free to check out our Morecryptoonline channel for that. What I want to highlight is that we are potentially here in this B wave that I showed you, which unfolds as an ABC structure. There's an initial target area between 92,830 and 99,220. From what I can see right now, this B wave might unfold and take us into this area. We might see, for example, the RSI become oversold. When the RSI, important, on the daily chart becomes oversold, similar to what we had in February, March this year, then it can be a really good opportunity, especially if we are still in a bullish structure. Now, the RSI being oversold on the daily, while holding a higher low compared to the April low, could be really bullish, especially if we hold Fibonacci support. Now, while this is a target area, 81,355 is key support. So if that level breaks, then I think there's a really good chance we might even be in a bear market already. Bit earlier than expected then, but then again, not really earlier than expected, because I've been warning already back in December that technically speaking on the larger time frame, we have fulfilled all requirements to complete the bull market. But expectations were still for one more high, which has happened. But now we go even, into even more detail, and we say, okay, if we take a look at even more detailed wave structures, there's still scope for higher prices as long as we're holding that 81,350 level. But really, from a larger time frame point of view, we have to be ready. A larger correction could start at any point. The bear market could already be unfolding. We just don't know yet, which is why your positioning and your risk management need to reflect that. So going all in now, I'm not sure. Is this really the right time? Or would it make sense to wait for a large correction before opening a larger position? Again, I would never say all in. This is not anything anybody who's providing professional analysis would ever say. I can't give you any advice anyway. I can share with you the structure and I can help you understand where we're likely in the cycle. And then I can say what might be generally reasonable, but how that affects you, only you can decide based on your trading plan, based on your psychology, risk profile, tolerance, position, and everything, your portfolio. So all I'm saying is, if this B wave really plays out nicely and then we rally in a C wave, there might not be any other deep pullbacks in this cycle. The next deep pullback would be maybe a crash. So pay attention to it. This bullish assumption is only valid as long as we're holding 81,350. Bitcoin has really followed Elliott Wave structures nearly perfectly in this entire cycle. Basically better than any other coin. No surprise, because Bitcoin gives us most reliable price data and is also the most stable one, and the one that's probably not so easy to manipulate in contrast to some of the lower volume coins. So yeah, it's playing out nicely. And all I want to share with you, after this rally, we could now be in a pullback. That can be an opportunity for pullback traders. So once we enter this support area, target area, it can make sense to watch for reactions. And then please note that the next rally could take us quite quickly to 130K. So yeah, that's the update on Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button. Please also make sure that you let us know in the comments section which other cryptocurrencies or maybe even stocks you want to see on this channel. Also make sure you follow us on X. And if you're interested in additional updates, check out our membership options as well if you want to join the MCO family. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.